Welcome to Keep 'em Healthy with Jamie, your go-to classroom for integrative kids' health and wellness. I'm Jamie, a biology professor, an integrative health coach, and most importantly, a mom who's been through it all. When the conventional medical system couldn't provide the answers my own child needed, I took my background in anatomy, physiology, and nutrition and went looking for a better way. Join me as I chat with experts and physicians to help you decode your child's biology and psychology from childhood through young adulthood. If you're ready to stop guessing and start understanding, you're in the right place. Let's keep them healthy together. Hey listeners, today I am focusing this episode on morning sunlight. And I could go on about sunlight throughout the entire day, but let's just stick to the morning because I really want to emphasize this for parenting and kids and how I use this to not only help myself, but to help my kids. But listen, I totally get it because between laundry piles and like getting everyone outside in the morning feels like another chore on the list. But when I tell you this, honestly, like this stemmed from us getting a puppy and needing to take morning walks to get the puppy outside because we made a decision as a family. If we're going to get a puppy, we all are going to walk this dog together. And it now has become my secret weapon for keeping the circus running. And sunlight is the biggest factor in this. And so what I want you to do is take a breath and be like, what is she talking about? How can I even think about including getting outside and getting kids in the sun before starting the day with school and work and everything else? I totally get it. But let me tell you this. Think of this as a free biological reset button for the entire family, not just for the kids, but for you. And here is a quick science-backed cheat sheet that I use to justify why I'm ditching my chores in the morning for 10 to 15 minutes of either backyard time or dog walking time or just family walking time. Okay, so one of the biggest thing is number one is for sleep. Okay, I don't know if you have a child who has sleep issues or even yourself, but what does the morning light do? Well, it helps our circadian rhythm. And what is that? That is the rhythm that our body uses to produce the right hormones to tell our body when it's time to be awake and when it's time to be asleep. So morning light will hit the eyes and then tell the brain, your master clock in the brain, to stop producing melatonin. And then it tells you to get ready for the day. And then basically it sets this timer to restart that melatonin production about roughly 14 hours later when it's time for bed. So what does this light do? It helps to increase the serotonin levels during the day. And serotonin levels is also really nice for some mood regulation for your kids. Okay, so having light exposure, even if the sun is not fully out, it's still coming through the clouds. So in the morning sunlight, there's a lot of what is called red light and infrared light exposure because of the way that the different wavelengths hit the earth as it's rising. This is super important because this red light therapy, as we all know and everyone's talking about, is also great for inflammation. It's also great for your skin. There's so many other things. But again, we're talking about circadian rhythm. We're talking about mood regulation and sleep quality. So we have this morning sunlight sets that circadian rhythm. We have it. It's going to increase that serotonin level for during the day, which then that body will convert into melatonin for nighttime for that deeper, faster sleep. And then the other really cool thing that the morning sunlight does is the vitamin D production. So because of our lifestyle, we live a lot of our life indoors. And unfortunately, even if we have windows, we can't receive that full benefit of the sunlight if we're indoors all day. And especially for our kids, we're sitting in the classroom, especially during winter, sitting in the classroom, then coming home and staying indoors. That vitamin D production is not happening. So a lot of people supplement with vitamin D. I do that for my family. I have a vitamin D3 K2 supplement that we use, but we also still get outside in the morning. And this also helps with that vitamin D production. So what happens is that there's rays called UVB rays. And these interact with the cholesterol in your skin to trigger the synthesis of vitamin D. And that is super essential for bone health and the immune system. So we've already touched on sleep and mood regulation. And now we're talking about bone health and immune system regulation, right? So another quick tip, this is not for the morning sunlight, but at 12 o'clock, so midday, the sunlight is at the highest rate for those UVB rays. So you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck in regards to that vitamin D regulation and increase in synthesis. Side note is that when you are going to be outside, like 10 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes is perfect. When it is direct sunlight, so if it is midday, the direct sunlight, you really don't want to lay out there and get burnt, but to have some good sunlight on you for 10, 15, 20 minutes is amazing. And so the other side note is when you're talking to your kids and you say, we're going to get outside, we're going to get some morning sunlight, it's that you don't want to stare directly into the sun the entire time. You just need to be outside, take a walk, play a game, run around, get your wiggles out, whatever it is. This will help. Again, let's talk about it. It helps that circadian rhythm. So that means better sleep. It increases the serotonin. That means better moods. It will produce vitamin D. So that means better bone health and immune system health. And the last thing I want to talk about, and this is like super science geeky information. As a bio professor, I teach about cellular respiration, and we talk about the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Okay, the mitochondria is what creates the ATP, which is another term for energy in your body. So the morning sunlight with that red and infrared light also talks to your cells about the cellular respiration, and it's going to create more energy in your cell because of that interaction with that red light. If you are indoors and you're near a window, you will get some benefits, but that window unfortunately blocks some of that red light. So what I want you to really think about is all of these benefits by just adding in 10 to 15 minutes outside in the morning whenever the sun is rising and getting that morning sunlight. And again, it's not only going to benefit you, but it's going to benefit your kids. And so even if you have to send your kids out back by themselves because you have to do other chores, think of all the benefits that you will get from it because your kids are sleeping better, have better immune system, have more vitamin D for their bone health, and have better energy creation in their bodies and in their cells. So to circle back on all these things, I just want to tell a quick story. When I was making this episode, I was thinking, what are some of the things that really made me be aware of this need for humans to be outside? And when you take a look at toddlers, and I've had 5, all of my toddlers always were hands on the back glass door of the kitchen, always wanting to go outside, banging to be like, outside, outside, outside. Our bodies are meant to be in the elements and to in a safe, and if it's cold or if it's too hot, obviously you have to manage those elements, but we want to be in the sunlight. We want to be in the fresh air. We want to be moving. So think about that. Think about your toddler always banging on the door, half the time with their clothes they've already taken off, with just maybe their diaper on because they can't get that off. They want to be full skin outside. Why? Because it has so many benefits. And that is just primal because our toddlers are taught biology at this point. They are just trusting their instincts. And their instinct is to go outside and be in the sunlight. So that is my tip and guidance and advice for you today. If there's any way that you can incorporate that into your morning routine, I assure you, you will see the benefits, not only for yourself, but for your kids. So again, it doesn't need to be this full hike. It doesn't need to be like this whole crazy situation. Just 10 to 15 minutes of eyes on the skies, not looking directly at the sun, obviously, but just acknowledging that it's there, putting your face in it, closing your eyes, first thing in the morning. And it's going to make a world of a difference in not only how your kids crash at bedtime, but just how they feel throughout the day. Thank you for listening, guys. Have a great day. I hope you're able to make that time and get out in the sun and enjoy those benefits.
Listeners, thanks for hanging out with me in the classroom today. If today's episode sparked a new idea for you, please make sure to click follow on your podcast app so you never miss a conversation. If you know a parent who is currently struggling to find answers, please share this episode with them. You just might be that link to help them on their journey. And finally, if you're a wellness expert or mom with a story to share, email me. I'd love to have you on the show. Until next time, keep them healthy.